everybody. Clearing. That was my tabby. Smoky. Few spots left on the crystal mining. I'm going to advertise it one more time in April. It's for May in Nevada. So if you want to come, get my email below by asking or message through my website. The links are in the description box on every video. Yes, I've had a lot of emails about sessions coming up as well. I'm going to open March sessions in a few days. By the weekend, those will be live, so check back on Friday. Okay, let's get into the reading. So, what are the perceived obstacles for the divine masculines in the 3D, in their physical reality? What is the divine masculine collective challenged by regarding this connection right now? Practical terms. What can we see? First energy, perseverance. I know that I can do whatever I set my mind to. So divine masculines are having some insecurities about being able to love a feminine like you, DF. They're also having some struggles with proving their own capacity to themselves. Feeling needy, I just heard, feeling lonely, feeling ill-equipped, feeling like they're not getting it right, feeling like they can't follow through, feeling like it's overwhelming. What would they say to you about this feeling in general in their life? So not regarding your connection, but what would they say to you about this? I can do whatever I set my mind to. Quite a bit to say. Maybe love is the way. Self-love, it's in the inverse, so they are looking deep. And justice, justified. This is the justice card. It is law. So yeah, there are some pretty definite things they need to do, possibly legal matters. They know they've got their work cut out for them, and whatever happens, it will never be the same afterwards. So that's for their own lives. Like, they know self-love does justify them being able to do it. Like, this just might work if they love themselves enough to motivate themselves from that level, from that motivation, self-love. That's the very, it took me a little while, but getting into that energy of self-love, they know that that's the only reason to get through some of these sticky circumstances that would allow them to have their best life. So that can be literal contracts, legal matters, take that how it resonates, can be romantic, can be business, can be family ties, whatever it is, can be finances or contracts. Whatever it is they're tangled up in, they know that when they love themselves, they choose their freedom. They choose their highest timelines. And that's the biggest motivator for actually having the stamina, perseverance to clear through whatever this is. Not to come forward to a twin flame, not to end up in romantic relationship, but to make the changes that allow them to have their extraordinary life and keep going. This is what can actually fuel them. So this perseverance, it goes hand in hand with your connection and what they feel they're able to access. So what can we see for what they'd say to you about your connection? Also quite a bit to say. First card is, there is a better way. So deep in the heart space, it's this hand in hand. Self-love allows them the stamina to clear whatever isn't a fit for them. And therefore, relationships can be, romantic relationships can be based on a different set of priorities, a different set of circumstances, a different way of navigating, long-term success, and it's under control. Emperor energy in the reverse. This is talking about the emperors in the making, on the way, but also letting go of control issues and earnestly looking for that better way in the name of love. What can we see for what will happen next in their own life? What are the masculines going to be? Twin flame, look at that, taking on the world with their divine counterpart. So this is overcoming the material realm and aligning with the divine feminine. So there is stepping out of comfort zone. Two of Wands is talking about letting go of the familiar and stepping into uncharted territory. Wow, so they are coming towards you. Even in their 3D life, they do sense that that's going to bring them closer to you, divine feminine. What about directly? Their thoughts directly towards divine feminines. What is the next motion here? Oh, whoa! Here's the Emperor in the upright. Exactly, the Emperor in the making, coming into the next steps. Look at that, and the Emperor drives the chariot. So when they have the reins of their own life, they are coming for you, divine feminine. Look at that. This is life path. Ace of Wands finally in the upright. We've been seeing it in the reverse since November. So this is incredible. Divine masculines are figuring it out. Emperor, Emperor, Emperor energy. They're not forcing anything anymore. Look at all the yellow. That's true empowerment. It's soul level purpose. They know that to come forward to you is to live their extraordinary timelines, their higher timelines, their purpose-filled timelines, and you are a natural match for that, for them in that alignment. Let me get one more message for what they would say to you about this Emperor energy on the way. It seems perfect to me. Fell out into the future. This is about 3 months from now. There is this perfection coming in for the connections. So a future them is saying that when they balance out, when they feel what it's like to persevere, to come into their purpose-filled life, that's when this connection seems perfect to them. Okay, let's have a look at what the divine masculines are thinking about these connections on the conscious mind. What are they thinking of you, divine feminine, consciously? What are they feeling? So I'm going to do this from their material realm perspective. What are they aware of? What do they know? What do they actually register about these connections? Not the 5D version, but their actual conscious understanding, whatever degree that is. What is it that they are wanting? What actions are they taking towards these connections? What is their biggest perceived challenge? We saw perseverance already, but let's see another energy if that comes through. What is the solution to that challenge? What is the direction of the connections? And what can we see for the divine feminines who want to know the energy of all of that, or what it means on the deeper levels? Ooh, I'm being asked to do 2 card decks. The Starseed Oracle and the Light Seers. Oh, pardon me. Okay. Conscious mind for the connections. Oh, separation and 5 of Swords. This is my card of the free will. 5 of Swords in the inverse is when we take responsibility for our own way of perceiving things and what we choose to do about it. They know that separation is in their control. They can come forward or not. So they do know that. There's no ambiguity about the fact that they know they could bring this connection out of separation. So don't worry, divine feminines. That implies that they know you're there. That implies that they have put distance between the two of you consciously, and that also implies that they know that it's their move. What can we see for the feminines? Authenticity, uniqueness, and integration. So take this as a time. This is seal of individuality. If you come into union, you're never going to have more of an opportunity than right now to make your mark as an individual in your life, influence into the world. This is where you become unique. You crystallize the unique crystal that you are. Your unique personality, your preferences, your usage of time, your gifts in the world. Delight in that, no matter how long this takes for the divine counterpart to come back around as the Emperor. Crystallize the vision of who you are, divine feminine. Yeah, keep an open mind. Keep the door open. 3 of Wands. This is anticipating sometimes an expected outcome. In the reverse, this is not needing to know. Focus on self. Crystallize the vision of who you are. And just know, the more you become you, the better on your own you are. The more fun you have. Time flies when you're having fun. What can we see for the masculine's thoughts about you, Divine Feminine? Ooh, the Empress and burden, both in the reverse. So they want to put down the burden here. They do sense their abundance and your connection go hand in hand, and that everything that keeps you apart, that limits abundance in every walk, every aspect of their life, they're putting that down. This is the 10 of Wands that reduces to the Ace of Wands. So it's a work in progress. You are helping light the way. They are partially motivated to let go of the burden in their lives so they can come into their abundance, which you have been an inspiration to show them what that looks like and how it could happen, but to come into alignment with you as well. It goes hand in hand. When we've done the karma clearing, when we've healed and stepped on mission, that's an indicator that we know ourselves well enough to truly be monogamous, to truly choose a life partner, to truly know ourselves well enough to say, I know my yes means yes. So the Divine Masculines are getting there with how they're thinking about their counterpart. What can we see for the Feminines? Chamber of regeneration, creation, multiplication, and growth. So this is when 2 people who are self-realized, who are in the awareness of themselves come together, there is this multiplication, exponential growth that can come in. Feminines, what do you need to do? Work on yourself. Keep working on yourself, because we are infinite. The work is never done. We can get more and more specialized, more and more unique, more and more balanced. This is the 8 of Pentacles, not the 10, the long term. So we've got a couple more pentacles to be working on. Networking, new friend groups, next level networking and friend groups, all of that. So your career, your passion projects, your experience and influence in the world. Come into it more and more. This one person working away there. Stay the course, Divine Feminines. Just know that everything you invest in self will collaborate with your counterpart, and this Empress, this energy, this abundance is going to be exponential when both align to come in together. What are the masculines feeling on the heart space? Ooh. Devil and 3 of Swords. So they could be very much in their feels right now, in general, overwhelmed. They could be having a day. Divine Masculines could really be struggling with pain, heartache, loneliness, separation. We did get burden, separation. They could feel like they're running out of time. Some of them might feel very much like, gee, I have to really get going, maybe a time crunch. This is giving me the feeling of when we get a download, a multidimensional download, it feels huge and it feels urgent. So Divine Masculines who may be watching, take a deep breath. It's like a zip file. You can only unpack it over time. It's not meant to just the whole thing. The file's too large. So unpack it in linear time and space. You won't run out of time, and the shoes aren't too big. You're being given this intensity so that it's an acknowledgement of the energetic frequency you've gotten to, Divine Masculine. So just say yes to it and trust that everything's going to unfold in time. But right now it might feel pretty intense. Divine Feminines, reprogramming, transmutation, stabilization. Exactly. Oh, reprogramming, upgrading the operating system, bringing in a higher processing rate, something like that. That's when we upgrade our circuitry, when we expand our consciousness, we can accommodate more intensity, more information, more speed. It runs more smoothly. So right now, there's a stall in the connection because everybody's upgrading. Divine Feminine, you're doing the inner work. You're preparing. You are becoming a unique individual. Divine Masculines are learning to Make space for emotional intensity, to embody that. This is all they can handle right now. This is part of the stabilization of this new stuff coming in for relationships through the twin flame stuff, grounding on the planet. So divine masculines, process, show up for these emotions, show up for yourself, self-love. Yes, it gets overwhelming. Yes, you've got this. No, you don't have to feel like you're the only one that's ever had to go through this, or that you're not going to get through it. This is the intrinsic motivation to say, self-love says, no matter how much this feels uncomfortable, I'm still willing to do it. You've got this, divine masculines. And divine feminines, don't wallow in the energy you might be picking up from your masculine. They might very well be going through it right now with all these changes. So stay high vibe, focus on you. Don't fear they won't make it through. Wish them the best. Stabilize the energy on your side of it while they go through this. You had to go through this, divine feminines. Let them have the blessing of going through it as well, and trust that they will come through it. What can we see for the masculines? Heart space for the divine feminine. Ooh! Anxiety in the reverse. This is losing sleep at night. This is anxious thoughts. And we have victory. So in the reverse like this, divine masculines are slaying the dragons. They are coming through this cringy, crunchy energy and having victory here. So on the heart space, you are a light. You are an inspiration, an example. What do the divine feminines need to know? Subatomic velocitor, acceleration, stimulation, excitation. So as you continue to keep your vibe high and do the inner work and integrate your uniqueness, this speeds the process up. Focusing and wallowing on your masculine and worrying about if they're going to be okay does nothing here that's good. Keep going. Divine feminines, this is helping the whole cause. Hang on to the connection. Don't let it go. Don't reject it. Hold steady with the connection, but keep going. Get excited about your life. Keep generating that high frequency living. What can we see for what the masculines are wishing in their lives? Perseverance. There's that card again. And Prince of Wands, passionate perseverance. So that card of perseverance, I know that I can do whatever I set my mind to. This is exactly the challenge and the wish. That's the challenge, and the wish for the masculines is to keep fighting the good fight. What do we need to see for the feminines regarding that? The heart is awake, love, innocence, and reverence. This is where the masculines are qualifying themselves emotionally, energetically to stay the course, go for the distance. It's not being seen. The sun in the reverse, it's not in broad daylight for all to see yet. This is a deep inner work, but you can know, divine feminine, you feel it on your heart space as you get out of the angst, the judgment, the projections, the fear. You will feel this sunshine warmth growing within your heart when you think of your divine counterpart. You will feel them becoming, you will feel them starting to glow again, glow up, make strides, embody this empowerment that's coming. What are the masculines wishing for these connections? Kindness, King of Swords. Okay, so they don't want to communicate all the lower vibrational struggles. They don't want to talk about their emotions and have a pity party. I just heard. They literally just, if they do communicate, it's going to be simple. So many divine feminines anticipate a day where the masculines might come forward and pour their hearts out. Tell them all the foibles, all of the struggles, confide in the divine feminine. That is an old codependent template where you're wanting to be useful and that inside connection to your masculine. Your divine counterpart is coming through mastery, so they don't need to crutch on anybody like that, so that they are mastering their own emotions. They don't need a mommy figure there to coddle them and have that pity party. They want to show you how strong they are, how capable they are, how masculine they are. They want to show you how resilient they are. They do not want to talk about things that they are whining to you about. They want to show you real things, embodied things that they can be proud of, that does not cause an opinion of them from you that looks at them as weak, incapable. So they are going to stay quiet about any of those lower vibrational things, because, not because they're hiding, being secretive, because they want to show you their best. You are the one, Divine Feminine, that they want to show their best to. What an honor. What a beautiful thing. What do the feminines need to know about this? Enthusiasm, learning, generosity, and fortune. Stay the course. Keep developing that gift into the world that you are, Divine Feminines, because your masculine is absolutely stabilizing and strengthening and becoming their fullest, best, truest version. Keep the course, keep yourself going. Some, you might be taking more courses, extended learning. Be enthusiastic. Do not stop the enthusiasm for learning and zest for life, Divine Feminines. Let go of any codependency. Those messages that just came through are very powerful indicators that you are meant to live guilt-free. You're not abandoning your masculine if suddenly you have new opportunities to better yourself. Go for them. Don't worry how that's going to work in your twin journey. If you're getting some new opportunities for further learning or a new kind of direction in your life, it can only do the connection justice better in time. What are the masculine's actions in their lives in general at this time? The world. Literally not investing in the world, those paradigms anymore. Seeking higher. They are looking for energetic truths, energetic realities, ways to focus on that level of consciousness. No longer putting stock strictly in what they monkey see, monkey do. They are now seeing beyond the surface, below the surface. They're seeing connectedness and interconnected cause and effect as a way of life. Awakening to source, soul confidence, reassurance, source essence. So they're gaining confidence in this from the deepest levels of the energetics. They are allowing their emotions to indicate this stuff. They are befriending their emotions and the energetic realms, and it's working hand in hand. Heck yeah, Divine Masculine here. So Divine Feminines, just know that whatever your Divine Masculine is doing right now, this is empowering them to be this shaman, this master, this confident, embodied masculine that is connected with the greater understanding of the nature of reality. This is the new foundation. It's no longer grounding into the ways of the world or the physical realm. This is a deeper support. What are the masculine's actions that will bring them directly into connection with the feminines? They are sending you passion. The sexual connection is ramping up. They are definitely wishing to re-engage physically, sexually, to initiate that, to see you in the physical, to make love, to enjoy. But they are some are sexually manifesting, some are fantasizing. Some are recognizing that you are their absolute fantasy. You are the one that turns them on. Nobody turns them on like you do. Everything you represent, your style, I heard taste in music, everything about you turns them on. They're realizing that. So whatever, even the things that they said were deal breakers. So, go down the whole list of the gamut of excuses that the masculines could have used. Those very things, they're realizing those actually turn them on more than anything. You are their ideal, even in those ways that they said they couldn't possibly come towards these connections because of. Those are, I just heard clearly, except for third-party situations. So if a third party has been the excuse or the reason or the obstacle, that doesn't turn them on. Every other thing, other than other romantic relationships, that turns them on. The reasons that they thought others wouldn't approve of these connections, those very reasons are things about you that turn them on. Good catch. Temple of Eventual Destinies, benevolence, spiritual progression, and enlightenment. So divine feminines, this is the spiritual progression that's allowing your divine counterpart to harmonize the things that used to feel at odds. They're seeing through the conditionality, and now they're seeing how, ironically, it's been in place all along. It's a shift of focus. So Temple of Eventual Destiny, exactly, it's always been encoded in this entire experience. Even with the illusion of missed opportunities, it's been there all along. Eventual destiny says there is an outcome that is prepared, that is being headed towards. And as we have increased enlightenment, increased understanding, the facets of it that were hidden before are illuminated along the path. And this is one of those things, this energetic pull, the magnetic turn on here. As the masculines are upping in consciousness and their emotional understanding, they see how the ironies are being ironed out and that the things that they have experienced with you are actually their greatest joy, their greatest delight, and they are learning how those deal breakers now are actually the thing that means the most to them, or some of the things that mean the most to them now. That against all odds, against those obstacles, the love has prevailed, that the love was bright enough to be seen regardless, even despite those kinds of conditions. What can we see for the biggest challenge for the masculines? Whoa, 2 cards of commitment. So entrepreneur and husband card, and the 10 of Pentacles, time, investment, mastery in the physical realm. Both of these are in the reverse because this is the challenge. Standing the test of time and having this commitment anchor in the physical. That's the challenge here. For you, divine feminines, we are getting blue star of hope, ascension, surrender, purification. So this is, and here's the divine feminine, Queen of Wands. So yeah, stay focused on the ascended stuff. These connections haven't kicked off in the past. They haven't been able to initiate the way that it sometimes feels they could, or the potential here, because these things are next level. They are set in escrow for after we ascend, for when we are accountable, for when we have embodied what we need to, when we've learned, when we've healed, when we've grown, so that we can actually appreciate to the level these blessings and next level connections are meant to come in, so that they are safe, protected, so they are not bombarded and broken with karmic misunderstandings and lower vibrational things. They get pulled away whenever there's a threat of that, because that history is not meant to be established in these connections. So if you're not in union, take heart. Once you come into union after you both ascend, that's when it can be unadulterated, unbroken, a joyful thing. What is the solution for all of this long-term commitment in the making? Okay, so we get reciprocity and tact and timing, the Queen of Swords and the 6 of Pentacles, both in the reverse. So it's like, wait for it. Wait for when it organically makes sense to exchange on an equal playing field. Divine feminines. So divine masculines, this is a message of patience, of becoming, of being realistic, of being practical, of accepting the timing and all of that. Feminines, what can we see? Seal of Metatron, form, structure, foundation, cosmology. Exactly, the cosmology is changing as we ascend. the form and the structure, the foundation of these relationships is set on a new paradigm. That is a new cosmology. That is an ascended new way of relating, new agenda, new mandate, new direction. It's a different priority scale system than the old survival templates. And so this has had to change over so that this love can be recognized, so that this love can be a priority in the ways that we used to all dream could be possible. The fairy tale. We are creating the foundations that allow for the fairy tale to be real, for true love to ground and be safe, be appreciated, be recognized. No guesswork. This is what we're designing. These unions will come in when everybody is mature and wise and embodied enough that we don't have to guess anymore. If we're going to be hurt, if the person loves us, if we're compatible. These things are going to be known. It will be 1,000% mutual. No lower vibrational uncertainties left. These journeys are qualifying us to know these things about ourselves, to know these things about our person, to be able to read energy, to understand energy so that we can connect on that level. What is the direction of the connection in the near future? Oh, laying the foundation firmly towards 1111 union. So absolutely beautiful. And further we get Temple of Centering, solitude, seclusion, grounding, and belonging. This is a grounding card. The Prince of Pentacles is steps in the process towards the goal. It always makes its mark. This is the knight that turns into the King of Pentacles that was in the challenge for the masculines. This becoming energy. So this is grounding. This is taking root. This is landing in the new energy paradigms, in the new earth templates, divine feminines. This foundation is starting to be laid. We have done so much clearing, and now we're seeing the beginnings of these steps towards union, actually. Look at this. This is bravery, but it's also protection. She's in a protection bubble here, meditating. Om. So it's happening. Just take that all in, divine counterparts. It is happening. Let's get one card. It is under control. So everybody, you ground it further if you stay balanced within. If you allow this to let go of control freak paradigms and temper tantrums or emotional outbursts and angst, breathe that through and trust. Trust it's happening. Trust you are worthy of love. Trust that you are being accountable for what you're guided to do on every single day, and just keep going. Do the best you can. Don't let your higher self down. Allow. Be receptive to the love that you want. We are getting discernment in all things. Seek understanding. If you don't know something on your heart space, if you're not accustomed to that, or if you're out of your comfort zone with it, ask your connection to source. The frequency of discernment supports our ability to view the world and the people around us from a place of inner balance and detachment, yet with compassion and wisdom. Objective observation, inner balance, untriggerable, witnessing what is, without judgment and with acceptance. That means not aligning with things that are not love-filled or kind or appropriate, removing yourself from those things, but not taking it personally, not trying to fix it, not trying to carry its karma, allowing, let it unfold. Balance and detachment. Celebrate the things that are in alignment. Remove yourself from the things that are not. Compassion for all things becoming. Patience. Many blessings, everyone. Bye for now.